What's up, everybody? How are we doing? I am Tyrone Wilson, and we are back. This season, we're going to talk about season 10 of Ready to Love Philly. I just want to say I appreciate every single one of you. As you all know, I am Tyrone Wilson. I was a cast member of Ready to Love DC, and this is my very, very first time on camera since the passing of my mom last November. So, with that being said, um, I would like to have a really quick moment of silence and tribute to my mom, and then we'll get started. All right, so we're good. When it comes to that topic, there's a lot that I'm going to discuss as well. I do have some mental health shows coming up on my mental health journey on this channel as well. We're going to start that next Wednesday. We have some guests coming up for you tonight, and we have a lot in store for you this season in the upcoming weeks. So, with that being said, we're just going to go through the lineup real quick, talk about what we saw from the show, give you my thoughts, give you my perspective, as a former cast member, and you know how we do. Talk about what you can expect, some of the things that we are already seeing. Already, I'm sure once Paul joins, you know how Paul is. He's going to have some things to say about uh, maybe the typecast, and we'll see how it goes. So, Auntie Eva, I see you. I truly appreciate you. Everyone else that's in here, I truly appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. It's been uh, quite the journey these past 2 years. So, let's get into it. Um, to the cast, to the cast, welcome. Welcome to the family. Uh, I hope you understand what you're in store for. I truly hope the best for each and every single one of you. Um, One thing about this extra light shining down on you is that more people get to see who you are. So I would imagine that you've already took all that into consideration, and if not, I hope it turns out well for you. Because sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it doesn't. We're going to talk about my initial thoughts on the show. Um, from the past experience and from the previous seasons, you may understand how I feel about um, the initial get together. I feel like they don't make the rules clear at the beginning, especially with these most recent with these most recent seasons. In our season, we kind of understood that we're going to all be in this group and it's going to be a free for all, and you're either going to make it out or you're not. And then they started switching it up a little bit, and um, I didn't really like that because I felt the math was off. You didn't really get a good shot of making it to the next day. Essentially, your chances decreased by 100%. Well, not 100%, 20%. So you had if it's 1 out of 10 guys, you had a 10% chance of making it to the next round. But if it's 1 out of 5 guys, right, then your chances are less, right? You have a 20% chance of not making it. I hope I got that math right. All right. So, Auntie Eve, I wanna uh, shout out to y'all for being big supporters. I really appreciate y'all for real. Auntie Eva, Monique, we are in store for a good season. Put your comments in there. I definitely want to highlight your comments. Also, if you all have any Instagram handles of the cast, right? Put those in there. I definitely want to support the cast. Um, I have not gotten everyone's Instagram. I like starting from scratch, nothing, and then seeing how everything goes. Right? Danielle, how you doing? All right. So back to my initial thoughts, right? So my initial thoughts were um, it started with the opening group, right? And I say group because um, it was just a group of 10, not a group of 20, or not even a group of 18. Because I remember complaining when they had the ringers. And I know that happened in my season too. I ended up being cool with one of the ringers, Jay Sean Durham. What's going on? Um, but I do understand that they have to switch it up a little bit. I do understand that with the amount of people, you really can't uh, finagle it. You gotta go hard. You know, you gotta go hard at the beginning, and in the end, people just have to like you to get a vote. You know, so those were my initial thoughts. I also feel like the season's going to be entertaining. You know, I feel like it's going to be a solid season. There are some things that I'm seeing from the intros, from the commercials, where they are showing clips from upcoming episodes. And me and my brain, I start to pick out these little things, and I enjoy the puzzle piece of it all. Um, because I understand how the season is going to go. I'm pretty sure you all understand how the season is going to go as well. So when you start to see people, already at the mansion and stuff in the promos, then you have an idea of how it's going to go. All right, let's get to our first person, right? So in no particular order, I try my best to go by um, whoever was shown on screen first. And for my castmates, I know that these may not be the best images of you all. I try to get images of you all smiling, try to get the best shots. So forgive me, forgive me, forgive me. If you don't like this picture, hit me up on the gram. Let's connect. All right. So, first person up, Deona, the firefighter. Hold on one second. That is off. Hold on one second. Here we go.
Yes, sir. What's up, my
brother?
Ain't nothing, not you.
Oh, good, man. You know how it is.
I see Deona, firefighter.
Yeah, hold on, man. I'm pulling up this picture, brother. I am pulling up this picture. But go ahead, Paul, introduce yourself to the people. We all know.
Oh, we live.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I didn't know we was live. Okay, that's what's up.
I'm taking that off. My bad.
No, it's all good.
Uh-huh.
Y'all know what it is. It's your man PO, season 5/6, maybe. Y'all know what it is. 100 sightings. Let's get it.
All right.
And then let me put my headset on because I think I'm echoing a little bit.
A little bit.
I'm in the bar, so.
Oh, you being the audio guy. Hey, let us know before we start with Deona. Let us know what your initial thoughts were on the show.
Me so far, yeah. PA is home, so I'm hoping that they bring it, but it's not. It came out a little bit slow, a little bit drippy, and it could be because of the wedding that they premiered first. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like they could. It's not exciting yet. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And to be honest, it was okay. To be honest, it was just I don't know. It's a slow start, but that's how they do it.
Yeah, typically,
Yeah.
typically,
Yes,
typically.
sir.
All right,
All right, let's
Deona,
go.
what are we thinking?
So, all right. Me personally, you know what I mean? I feel like they're gonna probably try to underdog her because of what she does. And I mean, for her, I feel like she might give a little bit too much
Uh-huh.
only because she feels like she's always been that underdog, in a male, quote unquote, male's role or whatever. You know what I mean? So
Uh-huh.
I feel like they may. I feel like this might be an explosive season for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting out of it.
Okay. I like her, man. She seems genuine.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? She seems real genuine. It seems like she's moving with intention,
yeah,
and clearly, there's people picking up on that. You
yeah.
know?
But and I want to. I'm not going to really try to talk about the editing because my mind
Yeah,
does
yeah,
one
yeah,
thing,
yeah,
but this
yeah.
but this is what I will say. I'll say that it seems like they highlighted that particular part of the conversation in terms of um, the how she has to always had to feel what I mean competitive being in a male predominantly male you know
Uh,
career or whatever. So I think there's going to be some stuff to that to come out later on. In other words, they're going to try to make her this person that is just trying too hard to vie for the love of the men.
you
I
know,
hope they don't. I hope they don't. But
but I don't really so far. I don't really see her. Um, oh man, I hope I say this right. Like,
mhm.
I don't really see her being that stressed, like that
No,
about the men. So like vibing for or trying hard for their love.
yeah.
Um, I don't really see that just yet. You know.
So yeah, I mean I understand what you're saying. I
Hmm.
always go off of the introduction though. How did they introduce these people? Because if we go back to Habibi and the rest of those people, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Even
yeah.
myself, however they put you out in the very beginning episode is the kind of the trail that they're gonna kind of line you up on. So that's why I'm saying that. But I mean, in terms of her as a person, I could tell you that a lot of men are probably uh, intimidated because, yo, some men ain't they don't have the balls to go put no fires out, and she going in, what I'm saying? She going in kicking in doors and stuff. So,
But
you
I
know,
feel like she would be used to that by now, right? Like she's
well,
had that career for years now, and I think that might be her filtering mechanism.
yeah, I mean that's the reason why she's probably on this platform trying to find a man because she's like, yo, I'm tired of y'all little water boys. That's for real.
Oh man. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
So when it comes to her future on the show, what do you think
Mhm.
it's looking like?
So I think I could see her going probably half of the show, and I could see her probably getting tired from these from the effery that probably is going to come. I really can't, I'm going to say that now. I'm not going to double down on it like how I normally do, only
Uh-huh.
because I didn't see the rest of the cast and I don't see what their vibe is like the other 10 people. But
Okay.
yeah, yep,
Okay.
yes, sir.
All right. All right. Let's talk about Angie, bartender.
Angie, can we? You got a
Yep,
face?
I do. I do. I do. Let me get this right. Hey, and for everyone in the chat, let us know your thoughts on Deona.
Hey, what's going on? By the way, I see I'm getting some love in the chat. I just actually popped that on. What's going on, everybody? How y'all living?
You know they love you. Yo,
It seemed like a
you
long
know they
time
love you.
since we last seen each other.
I know. I feel like bro, like it feels like I just put my uniform on again.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I feel like I just put the uniform on. It's not really like settled just yet.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. First
But
day
it
of
will
school.
be. Yeah.
hmm
Everything is still fresh. All right. Let's talk about Angie, but
Let me see her face because I'm bad with the names at first, and then I catch them later.
boom.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh,
Angie.
yeah. I remember her.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. I think she might be one of the baddies. You know,
Uh-huh.
but I feel like depending on the men, right? Depending on what we got lined up. Because, like I
Yeah.
said, we only saw half the cast. But I mean, it's a dual-edged sword. Like, you can be pretty and all that stuff, but then people might say, "Yo, you a bartender. Like, you dudes
Yeah.
is running over to you every night. You
Uh-huh.
getting tipped good and you
Uh-huh.
pouring good and all that
Uh-huh.
stuff." So that type of attention might be intimidating to a lot of the brothers, or it may just be one of them things that an F boy might say, "Oh, you know what? I can get with this because." They don't really care one way or another. But I don't know. I think that I, I don't have anything bad to say about her. I'm just speaking in terms of you know the way that some of the cast might be looking at her. You know what I mean? Maybe
Yeah.
not taking her too serious because let's be clear. When you're in a social position, when you work with a lot of people, you got a lot of options,
Yeah.
and she doesn't look bad. So those options are definitely there.
Yeah. Here's my thoughts. I feel because she's a bartender,
hmm
in her line of work, she's
Right.
probably seen a lot, heard a lot of conversations, probably had to play psychiatrist a lot, knows a
Yeah.
lot of different stories. So I'm thinking that her ability to see through the mess is probably sky high,
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
right? It's probably sky
Exactly.
high. Um, I believe that combined with, a woman's tuition, I think she could smell the BS early.
hmm Right.
Um, we don't know how her picker is just yet, and whether she's gonna push past that to
That part.
find something genuine or to stay another week.
Right.
Uh, but we'll see. I think that's going to be interesting. I think a little bit of that came out, already. So
Yeah. Yeah. I
I'm interested to
mean,
see how that's gonna go. I'm interested to
yes.
see how the men are gonna react to that.
hmm
You know,
Yeah. Yeah. And I feel like yeah, you're absolutely right. It's just kind of one of those situations where you gonna have to see. We just gonna have to see how it go. Next. I'll tell you this. I'm glad that they didn't send anybody home this episode. Because I really want to see kind of like the intermingling between both parts of the cast.
right? So, did you catch when they said they were going to send people home and when they weren't going to send people home? Because I feel
Mm,
like they told them that at the end,
mm,
and I think that plays a different. I think you react differently when you know
right.
what the rules are.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know?
Yeah, exactly. I feel like they probably was going. They probably wanted to send somebody home, and then they probably flipped it you know, a last minute call because they be doing, you know how they do in that back room. And be like, you
Yeah,
know what? Let's
yeah,
not do it this time.
yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. All
Hmm.
right. Good luck, y'all. Good luck. If I haven't said it
Yeah.
yet, good luck. I wish y'all all the best. All right. Let's talk about Kiara.
Oh yeah. Insurance specialist. I need the face.
There we go. Boom.
Oh, okay, yeah. I didn't really get a whole lot of content with her.
Uh-huh.
Um, you know, I think, you know, she's younger, you know what I mean? I know they try to bring that younger vibe in there to see, you know, how that flows. And she might bring a whole different, you know, perspective in terms of the heat on these brothers. Cause you got some cats in there that, you know what I mean?
The
They
Deona
look,
already.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's gonna be interesting. I think she might be a heavy hitter out here. You know, she might go the distance, maybe, you know, eight episodes or so. But let me ask you this: did they
Yeah.
say that they were going to have five singles at the end or five couples at the end?
I don't remember nothing like that.
I think I heard Tommy say something about five couples at the end. So that might be something different.
Hmm.
Yeah,
No,
that's
I don't recall. So that would be almost
that'd
half the
be half the
cast.
cast. Yeah. I think they because before it was three and then it was four, you know. Like on my season, I think it was three. And then Miami came, it was four.
Well, I'll tell you from my perspective, I hope we do see five.
Right.
I think that would be a ready to love record.
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Good luck, Kiara. We
Yeah,
wish
good
you
luck.
nothing. We wish you nothing but the best. Next up, we got True, 35-year-old brand partnership manager. What you got? You muted, Paul. I'll tell you what I got while Paul's getting situated. I think that she not really with the BS either. You know, that's just my thoughts. There's some things that I get to pick up on, um, as you know, like being there and being on set. One of the things that I like to do is actually look in the background of the videos to see who's really talking to who in the background. And sometimes you could pick up on things, right? Sometimes you could see really, really long conversations. You could see people interrupting people. You can see, um, people cutting their eyes at people, trying to get people's attention to get that little conversation next. You know what I mean? You know how it goes. But I like her so far. I like I hope I'm saying this right, but she got some spunk to her, man. You know? What you think? You muted, man. Paul, you muted.
I've always
There you go.
wondered what you know, what and I'm not coming at True for you know, for anything, but I've always wondered when you say brand partnership manager, you know, what does that really mean? Because we had one on my season that was a brand uh, manager or whatever, and to me, you know, that didn't equate to much. I'm not,
Stop, man. Huh?
but I'm not knocking her. You know, the truths.
Yeah.
job or whatever. I just would like to know, what does that really mean? Um, can we go back to a picture?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I didn't really see a whole lot of stuff going on with, with her. Like, I would be more interested in seeing, like, kind of how she gets in and mingles with the other couples from the, from the other mixer or whatever.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, it's kind of hard to tell. I didn't get a whole bunch of personality out of her. I just
Yeah.
got some kind of straightforwardness, but
Yeah.
you know. So I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing where she's going.
But I feel like that's just a level of maturity
That's true.
about her,
That's true. Yeah.
just that level of maturity. Hey, good luck, True. I keep
Yep. Good
forgetting
luck.
that. Yeah, good luck. We got Sahara. Um, Sahara, my bad. I went through almost every single frame. They didn't have a frame with Sahara's what do you
Still
call it? Yeah, they didn't have a really good what you call it? Not the
solo.
crayon, but the little name age thing.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah, they
yeah.
didn't have a
I
good
got you.
one. And the ones that they did have was her, kind of
Hmm.
wilding
Being
out a little bit. But I wanted to see she's cute, man.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
She cute.
So yeah, so I feel like for this one, and it's so weird that uh, they have kind of, I don't know, like a demographic of person or persons that they
Hmm.
have to have on each show. And again, this is like kind of, she has the ace vibe from my season, with the,
Hmm. Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
know, I'm getting all of that from her. I think um, if she relaxes a little bit, settles in, I think she'll be, somebody that the guys might gravitate to. But her personality is loud, and for somebody that's into like crystals, or not crystals, but incense or whatever,
Yeah.
you kind of get that kind of chill. You normally see that chill vibe. You know what I mean? And she's boasting with personality, which isn't a bad thing. Um, I just feel like, if she settles in, the guys can, kind of take her in a little bit more. It's like, how it goes when us as men, when we see somebody doing a lot, we kind of be like, okay, I'm gonna just fall back and then just let whoever or whatever handle that, and then we'll get back to
Hmm.
them later. So it
Yeah.
just might be one of those things right there.
Yeah. Um, I think I'm gonna enjoy her character arc, man. I know that sounds weird.
I'm with you though.
I think I'm gonna enjoy her character arc. I think
Hmm.
you know, she's a home healthcare agent.
Okay.
And if that's what I think it is,
Hmm.
then, sometimes I don't want to say you got to be a little heartless,
Hmm.
but sometimes you have to keep your emotions in check,
That's true.
and sometimes it can come back to bite you. And sometimes you need a reminder that, you may not have to be that way in this circumstance.
That's true.
Do you know what I mean? Um, but clearly uh from the promos, she does seem to do well.
And you know what though? That is another thing. Hang on, because I just got a security thing. All
Uh-huh.
right, I'm good with that.
Uh-huh.
So when you take her position, what she does, home health care,
Hmm.
you know, I could see where that big personality is gonna come in at, right? Because you talking to people, you're making them feel good, you're trying to bring their day up, get them smiling and whatever, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah,
And
yeah.
so a lot of that might just come through, that particular position in life, you
Mhm.
know. Um, so I can see where that comes from. It's just I was kind of thrown for a loop when, I started seeing like the kind of the vibes side of her. So I'm like, well, these two don't blend. How do they coexist in one body? But I get it though. I get it.
But I like the versatility. I
Yeah,
like the fact that she does have a soft, peaceful side.
that's true.
Um, there were some folks that, initially the exterior is not what you would normally be used to,
Hmm.
right?
Right.
Um, and there were some folks on our season that initially, like, I'll just say it, like Aisha, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Initially from New York, she has this rough, tough exterior,
Right.
but that was her own little protection mechanism.
Right.
But once you got to know her, like
Hmm.
she's the sweetest thing out there,
Hmm. Right.
So it could be a little bit of that too.
That's true.
It could be a little bit of that, but she definitely she definitely let them know, you know. And I like that too.
No doubt.
All right. So that was all the ladies. We just want to do that real quick.
All right.
Ladies, good luck.
Yeah.
Um,
Good luck. Hopefully,
good
y'all
luck.
all
Welcome.
find your mates,
I wish y'all
even if they
nothing but the
wasn't
best.
there.
Welcome to the family. If anyone would like to have a one-on-one conversation, group conversation, I'm all for it. You're probably going to all get invites from me anyway, because I
Right.
do want to talk to y'all more on a personal level. And then if anyone's interested in any type of mental health discussion, let me know. So her, Sahara, being a home healthcare agent, um, with my recent history, I have spoken to many home healthcare agents, so I have a lot of respect uh, for what you do. So more power to you. And I would imagine um, there's a lot in your mind and in your heart too. All right, so now for the fellas.
Mm,
For the
come on.
fellas. For the fellas. And we're guys, right? So, and we've been there. So I'm sure you probably picked up on some things. You know what I
Oh boy.
mean? I'll just leave it at that. I'm sure you've probably picked up on some things that's gonna most likely be beneficial to some and not be beneficial to
Let's
others.
get it. Yeah.
My initial thoughts on the men was I want to get an idea for their initial approach to the process. You know what I mean?
That
Like
part.
what was your intent on the process, because I can tell there's some things that you're saying, but I'm also watching the way you move. you know and as a guy, you I don't want to
Mhm.
say I know because I don't know them, but I have an idea.
All right.
I have
And
an idea.
hold on one second. Or actually, I'm just gonna mute my camera, but I'm still live talking.
All right.
Um,
And for
yeah.
all the ladies in the chat, definitely let me know what y'all think about the fellas. All right. First up, and I think for the fellas, I went by order of appearance. So
Yeah.
there's no favoritism. I think I'm going by order of appearance, and for the most part, I did do the ladies first. So up first, Naim.
All right. So now let me just tell you, I had to pour myself a drink because we got to talk about the fellas. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah, 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 yeah,
it's time to chill. All
yeah.
right. So
Yeah.
Naim, I already know, typical Philly brother, right? Um, I'm waiting to see. Like, he's giving me the typical Philly brother vibe, right? Where people, we just out here living. We trying to live, do what we do, or whatever. And whatever happens is gonna happen.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's, targeting any specific thing. He probably like, yo, it's a toss up. It can go either way. And however it go, I'll go. I'll go my way. I'll do what I need to do.
Yeah.
I don't see him though, like trying to be lover boy, kind of like trying to take them all down. He's probably like, yo, I'm just here. We gonna see what's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't mean that in a bad way because I don't
No,
know them.
I feel you.
I don't know them. Again, to the fellas, welcome. I'll chill with every single one of y'all. Right? We have a drink, have a little sip. But Naim, you can hear some of the comments that he makes, right? You can hear some of the comments, and as a guy kind of gives you an idea of the approach. And I may be wrong, right? I may be wrong. I don't necessarily want to say it's a shotgun approach. You know what I mean? But I feel like it just kind of got those vibes, right? Kind of like that Denzel vibe, like I'm leaving here with something,
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I
as
mean
said.
that, and I mean that in a good way.
Yeah,
Naim.
it's
I
like
do mean that in a good way.
Yeah, as I said, I don't see him laser focused on any specific target, but he probably on some, yo, if I get something and it work out here, it's all good. But I'm not gonna sit up here and run all of y'all women down, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it seemed like.
But Naim, let me know what gym you at, bro. I'm gonna have to come pay a visit down there.
Yeah, if anyone in the chat has any of promotional info on any of the casts, I'll be sure to add all that info as we start to move along. Y'all Instagrams and business links and all that stuff. I do want to promote the cast. I want the best for y'all. All right, who you think I'm doing next?
Oh man. You know what? I'm terrible with the names though, so I don't know the names first. I mean, I don't know them yet. I won't know everybody's name until probably like third episode.
Yeah, let's go with Eddie. Let's go with Eddie.
Eddie, the general
31-year-old general contractor.
Okay, yeah. Eddie. Oh, come on, here we go. Another typical Philly brother, right? I think Eddie is like, yo, I'm here he might be here for the takedown. He's 31 years old. Like, I don't know if he got marriage on his mind, but he I think he can't. They're going to present him as a ladies' man. The way that he's tall, right, and that's what they, the ladies want. He's tall. He got his little curly hair and typical Philly beard, type of guy. He's what they used to seeing, right?
Yeah.
So I think that he's probably going to be the one stirring up trouble with the women, like in terms of, girl, he said that this, and well, I know this, and that. There might be a little cat fight over Eddie, something like that. I just don't. Again, he's another one, and I don't see him, with a bow and arrow shooting it off at one particular target. It's like, yo, I'm here for it all. But he might be here for a little bit more than just, one or two.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. I'll tell you what I think. I think, he a good looking guy. Clearly the ladies like him, but I'm interested to hear his backstory because in the end, he's still single. Do you know what I mean? So not that I've had to experience this, but oftentimes when you are a really good looking guy, it becomes really hard to choose and settle down with someone.
Mm-hmm.
So if I was to guess, I would say that he gonna probably leave with a banger or
That's what I said.
nothing. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Or it might be one or two of them joints. One, one up front,
Yeah,
and then get the sneaky link behind. And they still.
yeah. I think if
Right.
it's like if you was him,
Uh-huh. Man,
right?
listen, I'm 31 years old. I got a good career. General contractor. They making money. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And he's got women coming after him. 31 years old. I don't know that I feel like getting married or really being super serious. And that
Yeah,
might not even happen for me. If I'm him, I probably wouldn't be, kind of eyeing it down until maybe, I'm 37, 38 years old. But I mean, I ain't trying to steer him in that direction, but I'm just saying, that's the way I would be moving. I mean, that's just keeping it a buck.
So do you feel like the show is just kind of opening up the scope for him, opening up the
Yeah,
amount of
he's
options,
there.
and does that make it worse for him, or does that
I
make it
think.
better for him?
See, here's the thing, right? This one of the reasons why I'm glad that they did go to Philly is because if you have a Philly mindset, like Philly ain't they not soft, right? And
Yeah,
they not like people from Philly. They not gonna go and you know especially the dudes. They ain't kissing nobody's ass. None of
right.
that stuff. So he's there to. He's gonna be giving them trouble. Trust me.
Yeah,
He's gonna be giving them trouble.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that. Hey, Eddie.
Good luck, brother.
Sometimes, yeah, good luck. Sometimes this is something I do know about being blessed. Now I'm just joking. But
Hey, yo, man,
sometimes,
but yeah, while we got you here, Eddie, man, if you know how to do a roughing, man, holla at me.
yeah, sometimes being good looking is a gift and a curse. I have a really, really good friend who often gets mistaken for Boris Kojo. Right. And yeah, I'll just leave it at that. All right. I'll just leave it at that. All right. We got Eddie. We got Eddie. General contract. Oh,
No, you
I
mean
mean not
Jay.
Eddie. That's not Eddie. That's Jay. My bad, Jay.
Yeah,
Cybersecurity specialist. I feel like I met him before.
yeah, I don't know. But
Maybe.
Jay,
Hmm.
man, he got these babies.
Yeah.
I think that's his. He got like 5 kids or 6 kids or something like
No,
that.
no, 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 no. That's Naim.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's
That's
Naim.
Naim. Jay
Oh,
got
yeah.
Jay got two from what I remember.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I seen how he was moving. You know, and again, he's got that Philly mindset. Yo, you ain't gonna talk to me reckless. I ain't gonna take that reckless ish. Um, but I do like the fact that okay, you 34 years old, you doing your thing, cybersecurity. That's money right there.
Yeah.
Anytime you turn on the computer screen, you know what it is. It's money.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and that might be attractive to some of those women, especially on the other side of the cast, the ones that we didn't meet. You know what I mean? They may look
Yeah.
at that and say, the only part that the problem is this: when because we had like Wiley. Wiley was the youngest dude on our set,
Yeah. Yeah.
and when you start talking 31, 34, women tend to not take you as serious because they think you still for the streets. So he might fall. He might get kicked down that road.
True. I mean, I feel like there are some things to take into account about him, right? He did admit to being in an 11-year relationship,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's nothing to sneeze over.
Nah.
Um, and I have a daughter, so I know that having kids changes your mindset. You know,
Yeah, I do.
it adds, and you as well.
Yeah, no doubt.
It adds
No
a
doubt.
level of maturity that you really have no choice
That part.
in the matter. You know, and
Right.
he didn't bash, his ex. He
Right.
basically said, "I walked away," right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I also feel like, you mentioned not taking no ish. I just feel like, and I don't want to judge him, but me being a tech guy myself,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I say things that I didn't mean. Like in my head, I know
Mm-hmm.
what I meant. I just didn't say it the way you heard it. But I
Right.
can assure you that that's not what I meant. And I can tell you that I'm binary, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's black and white. It's either on or it's off. You know what I mean? And when I say it, um, and when I switch to something else, another topic, I
Mm-hmm.
literally just switch to this other topic.
Mm-hmm.
You maybe think I'm saying something that's referencing something I talked about 30 seconds ago,
Right.
but that's gone. You know, that's
Right.
been
I feel
deleted
you.
in the recycle
Mm-hmm.
bin. It ain't even in my memory no more.
Right.
Yeah,
But let me ask you this. You said he's in an
yeah,
11-year relationship.
yeah.
He's 34 years old. Minus 34 minus 11 is what? 23? How many females do you think that he had in between that 11-year
I
run?
don't know.
Young, I mean, I'll be honest with you. When I was 20, 21, 22, 23, and I had a girlfriend or something like that, I might have broke up for a weekend or something like that. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And go explore the world and then come back
Yeah,
and everything is happy.
yeah.
So I mean, I don't think that females is gonna look at that picture and and say, "Oh, okay, you was in an 11-year relationship, but that was when you was in your 20s." So
Right.
I mean, but who knows? We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I was a late. Well, I won't say I was a late bloomer, but I'll just leave it. I'll leave it alone. I'll leave it alone. We got Will. We got Will,
Okay,
the biotech recruiter.
this is the
It's not
will
looking
that's
good
going.
for. It's not looking good for Will so far.
Yeah, and I
Not
mean,
looking good.
I thought he was doing all right out there, but behind the scenes, we don't see it all. You know that we only see
Yeah.
the 30 seconds or 40 seconds that they want us to see. Um,
Okay. So Will, you're
so
gonna say Will is the Will is the PO, the
yeah,
Blake.
he may, yeah, he might, yeah, he might be the one that go the distance though. I feel like, I feel like when he gets to the other side of everything, I feel like when he sees those other women um, on the new mixer,
Yeah.
I think he'll be all right. I think he'll probably find somebody over there that's going to tuck him.
Yeah, I think he got potential, man. I
Yeah,
just feel like you just need to focus a little bit.
yeah. But I
Focus a
mean,
little bit, slow it down a little bit in your head.
yeah. But in
And
his,
you be
but you got to understand, he's functioning on a different frequency because he's 41 years old,
right,
and
right, right, right.
he's not talking like the 30-year-olds because he already done been through some stuff.
Yeah, I
So
can see
he's like,
that.
yo, yeah. So he's like, yo, this is it. Let me lay it out. Boom.
Right. So
Period.
I do see that. Like
Hmm.
sometimes I can see him talking like it ain't gonna, it's not really hurting him to lose. Maybe that got something to do with the level of attraction that
Hmm.
he's seeing already.
That could be, yeah. I mean, and see, that's the thing. I ain't gonna lie to you. When we got on my season and I
Yeah.
saw all of them coming out, I felt discounted. I was like, yo, what the? It was supposed to be like, what's the three or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? so, it could have been. he saw 5 people, and I mean, let's be clear. You can line 10 females up in a room and send one
Mhm.
guy in there and say, "Go pick yours."
Mhm.
And it's probably going to be, he may not have too much confliction because he's only going to see one thing that might be his choice.
Right.
So when you reduce that number, you got 5 women that he may not even feel like he wants in on anyway, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Shit, I got to make something happen while I'm here, though." You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I honestly feel like he's really, really testing the waters. Like I feel like he's really pushing the women's comfort levels.
Hmm.
Like sometimes when you're out there, you in your mind, you have this cup of things that you could say and
Right.
not say, and then you filter that. You'd be like, all right, don't say that. Don't say that.
Right, right. Yeah, exactly. I
And he
feel you.
feel like, to me, from what I'm seeing, he was like, I'm just gonna say it. You know
Uh-huh.
what I mean? Like if
And
they
he just does
it seems like he says it and then recovers later.
it. Yeah, but again, like I said, he's probably been through some stuff,
Yeah,
and he's like, "Man, look, I ain't got time for all this BS. Like,
yeah,
this what you want? It is what it is. Let's go."
yeah. And he would be the oldest guy so far, right?
So far, yeah. But I think
Yeah,
they probably got some older
he would
cats
be the
coming up.
oldest guy so far.
Hmm.
So far. All right. Good luck, Will.
Yes, sir.
The last guy we got is Wayne, project manager Wayne. What you
See,
think?
I didn't really get a whole lot from him. Like, it's like he reminds, like, there's so many people that they give you a little bit of
By
insight on.
design? You think that's by
Yeah,
design?
yeah,
Yeah,
for sure, for
yeah,
sure,
yeah.
for sure. Because it's almost like, okay, so he reminds me, his coverage rather reminds me of how like they covered Demetrius from my season. You saw
Very
his
little
face. Yeah,
mysterious.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Uh-huh.
So it's like, we're not going to give you too much on this one, but we want you to, we're going to save him in the back pocket for later
Uh-huh.
on. So
Yeah.
there's probably going to be something explosive to come out. He might, what I mean, he might hit a peak, maybe by episode 5 or something where, you like, oh, damn, I ain't know all of this or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's in it, man. I think
Yeah.
he's in it. I think he's in it to like really find something. And from his past pitches, you know,
Yeah.
there's a lot of potential there. And there's women that are already seeing that,
Right, right, right.
that are already seeing that.
And I
So
mean, let's
mhm,
be clear. Project managers, that's a 6-figure job. I don't know nobody making, under 6 figures as a project manager. And if you do, you better
mhm.
quit. Um,
Yeah,
you underpaid. So, women look at that stuff too. So that is a part of the package too.
yeah.
Yeah.
OMG.
What's up?
Um, that's it. So we talked about all the fellas. We talked about all the women.
Hmm. Now, there was a part on there where there was that I forget these people's names, but homeboy that was with the braids that was like,
Yeah.
yo, and he dismissed old girl, what's her name? When we got up, he's like, yo, this is basically this is over.
Jay?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Was that Jay? Yeah. Jay and was it Jay and I don't want to mess it up. Jay and True?
I
Or Jay and
think
Angie?
I think it might
Jay
have
and
been
Angie.
yeah, I think it might have been Angie. So
Yeah.
I think they highlighted that conversation too,
Uh
because she may be kind of like Carmen-ish in terms of stirring the pot.
uh-huh.
They may show that because she's another. That's the brand ambassador. True.
True. Hold on, I'll tell you. Yeah. Yeah, True is the brand partnership manager.
And so then we had a brand partnership manager, our person or whatever, which was Carmen from my season.
Uh-huh.
And it seems like they they getting a take out of that book, just
Uh-huh.
kind of the stirring of the pot type of thing or whatever.
Yeah.
So maybe there's something with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
I just think
Um,
that I
uh-huh.
think that that particular conversation was a little bit harsh for a first time you meet somebody. You know, you can really put a bad taste in somebody's mouth.
I mean, but he said it. She didn't say it. He said it. He called himself a player. You know, sometimes
Well,
you can't you really can't use those words, man, in dating. You just say I was single,
yeah,
you
that's
know?
true. That's true. But I feel like, when you assert that, you know, I don't know. It's as a man, I wouldn't assert that, as my defining past or whatever.
Hmm.
I would probably say, I was free and single or whatever, and I lived my best life or whatever.
No, but like when a woman, I feel like when a woman hears that, she's gonna feel like, what do you mean your best? Is was running the streets your best life?
Well, it don't even matter because we worried about the life right now. That would be my thing. Why we talking about old stuff?
Right.
Let's get to
Right.
where we going to. If we
Right.
ain't gonna ease on down that road, then you need to ease yourself on over.
Right. All right. My favorite moment
Yes, sir.
of the show,
Yes, man.
Cornelius and Camille.
You know what? I meant to send her and then him a text message and give them a shout out, not just because they got married, but because they was able to be quiet about it. You know, they kept they
Paul was
kept
like,
that stuff.
damn, I normally know some things that's gonna happen. Camille.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And Camille is super cool. Cornelius
Uh-huh.
is super cool. I feel like the two of them together, man.
Hmm.
They seem like an unstoppable force. And I talked to them both separately, like it's
Hmm.
just kind of having general conversation with them. And I mean, they both are genuine good
Hmm.
people set apart. So when you
Yeah.
bring two good people together, you can only get greatness. You
Yeah.
know, yeah,
Yeah. Uh, my thoughts are, you hear a lot of you see a lot of negative comments,
right.
about them. I sat with the man, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
I was there to hear his very first comments about Camille. I was at the table, me, him, Tommy, I believe someone else was
Hmm.
there, and we was asking about Camille, and some people were kind of shying away from her, and he said, "Mm-mm, I like that." You know what I mean? He straight up, he was like, "I like that. Mm-mm,
That's what's
I
up,
like
though.
that."
Yeah, you got to state your
So
claim.
I admire them, man.
Hmm.
I admire them.
Hmm.
As you mature, you start to understand what's important in life,
Right,
and when you find someone that's willing to commit to you forever,
right,
that's something to cherish and something to admire, and to be committed through everything, through all the scrutiny and everything, to still be here. You have no choice but to applaud that.
that's true.
You have no choice to applaud that, and now you kind of have no choice but to support that.
Right,
you know um so even at its very worst, even if even if you all thought it was a fake relationship, you still have two people willing to commit to each other in a fake relationship. Like,
right,
you got people who won't even go to the club with you know
right.
so
That's
um
true.
for them to commit, to each other like that, especially on this level. I applaud them. I wish nothing but the very best for them.
Absolutely. And
Nothing but the very best. Look at the
yeah, and
way. Look at the way they looking. Look at this, man. Look at this.
I
Like,
know,
look at that.
I know. And I mean, the thing is, man, like these folks, they never gave two F's about what people were saying. They didn't challenge people. Like Cornelius just said, you know what, man, I'm just gonna do my thing. And they pretty much we learned. I mean, they
Hmm.
learned. We, learned that this was more than just real. This was, beyond real. This was solid. This was solidified.
Yes.
Um, the only thing that the only thing about the wedding that I didn't like was Deacon Tommy's suit. Um,
Hey, but I did have a picture of that, man. I think.
uh-huh.
Oh, no, no, no! I didn't have a picture of that. He was genuinely happy. You
Hmm.
know,
Hmm.
and it's Dr. Bryant. It's
Right.
Mr. and Dr. Bryant. Make
Yeah,
sure we get
exactly.
that straight.
Mr. and Mrs. Dr. Bryan. Mr. Doctor and Mrs. Dr. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Congratulations, y'all. One more time. Give it up to Cornelius and Kamil, y'all, everybody.
Yeah, man. Yep. I'm so glad that they actually did what they did. And, like I said, I applaud them for being able to keep it on the low. Yeah.
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 Yeah. Um, all right. Do you did you see any connections?
Um, nah. I think though, when is it, Naim? Yeah, I think he's going to be. They're going to set him up. He's going to be kind of he's going to be something explosive. It's like the six when the other cast meets him, the other side, and they like six babies' moms or whatever he got going on. That's the thing that's going to really, put some turmoil, I think, in his dateability. But you know, I didn't really see a whole lot of anybody connecting except with. Well, there was a couple people that was on. What's her face? I can't even remember her name. I just know her face. There was a couple brothers though that was feeling her, and I didn't see anybody that locked in though, like locked in, like Clifton and Joy type stuff. I
Yeah.
didn't see that.
Yeah.
I didn't see none of that. They probably like, look, I mean, I'm good because think about it. The From what I've seen, if I was on their season, I would say these are everyday women. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm
Hmm.
not saying that, it's a bad thing, but they're everyday
Hmm.
women. They're people that
Yeah.
you would run into any and everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Um, and so that being said, like I don't think that they're rushing to lock on anything, especially when they know that there's another half on the other side.
Yeah.
Because
Um,
imagine, what if you did that?
hmm So reality and beyond TV, I was about to touch on that. Jay
Hmm.
seemed locked in. Jay seemed locked in on Kiara. Jay seemed locked in. I seen that look
Hmm.
before. The other one was I want to say it was Angie and Wayne, right? And I feel like they purposely showed us that connection. For some reason, I feel like you're gonna, you know how when you do production and you do a flashback on a relationship,
Yep.
and then the flashback is black and white, you know, I think they're gonna show a flashback at some point of Wayne asking her for the number, which leads
Oh
to
boy.
something. Because I could see like when it comes to like the matches, I think they would be a good match. I think they're both single. I think they're both without children, from what I understand. So I could see that being a match. Um, Jay and Kiara both got two kids, I believe. So That could be a match. Hey, Demeter Joe. There it is. I couldn't see the picture. You know, I'm getting old. Hey, Demeter Joe. How you doing? So good to see you. So good to see you. So far out of the 5, I didn't see Naim yet. I didn't see Eddie. Yeah, I see Eddie get close. You know, I think out of all the people, he might be feeling something for Deona. But it would be hard to deny that, right? She got that energy about her.
Mhm.
And you're gonna either accept that or it's gonna scare you, you know. That's kind of all I'm seeing from connections. Chat,
Yeah,
what y'all think?
yeah. I don't. Hey, Demeter Joe, what's good? Long time no
Right?
see, no speak. I hope you're still in that gym. I know you. I know you was going hard for a minute. um. Yeah, I'll be honest. Like I said, I don't see no type of connections. No, nada, nothing, nothing
Dang.
at all. Like I don't. And I mean, like I said, it may be a little bit too early to really start seeing that. I just don't see. I think everybody's trying to hold their options open. Imagine, what if you lock in right now, and then you get to the other side, and you're like, "Damn, you got buyer's remorse."
But I think that's the point, man. That's the point, ain't it?
I
Because
mean, I
you
don't,
shouldn't. If you're in, then you shouldn't,
I
right?
don't know. I feel you, bro.
Uh-huh. Then you
I feel
shouldn't.
you.
But I'm saying like that, but I do understand though. At that point,
Yeah,
y'all not a
like
couple.
you be
Y'all
like,
not a couple.
man, yeah. Listen, I'm gonna need to get my, I'm gonna
Let me
need
see
to.
be like, I like this one. I like this one, but let me the
Exactly.
keys to the other car for a little bit,
Yeah. Yes.
you
Exactly.
know?
Let me drive that real quick, and then I'll
At
return it
least
on
sit in it, you know?
the weekend.
Right, at least sit in it.
Yeah.
You're right. There is 10 more singles. I
Yeah.
wonder if they know that though. I mean,
They
they
do.
should. They should.
They did know because
Yeah.
at the end, Tommy did his bullshit. Uh, all right, guys, we going I throw the curveball.
Hey, I tell you, it's funny you say that because I do have that image. Like it seems like Tommy gets a kick out of that.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
gets a kick out of throwing the curveballs. You know
Uh-huh.
how I do.
Right. And that's his suit. That's the suit that Deacon Tommy wore to officiate that
Yeah,
wedding. But you
yeah.
know what though? I know that Tommy ain't go through no damn classes to get no stuff.
But you do. You got to do something to officiate a
Well,
wedding. And if they officially officiated it,
they didn't
he had to
officiate it.
go through something.
Watch. They already probably did that, and then just Tommy reenacted as if he was the officiator.
No, like my boy's an officiant. Like you really got to go do some stuff.
No,
Maybe
I
take a
understand
test or
that.
two. Yeah.
No, I understand that, but I'm saying
Uh-huh.
that Thomas, on the other hand, was just reenacting, somebody else's work that they already done did.
Oh, he mentioned that. Like he mentioned that they're gonna have an official
They're gonna get
ceremony at some
real. They're
point.
gonna get real married.
Yeah, they're gonna. But we're happy to have y'all here or something.
Yeah. Yeah,
Let's.
you ain't know what I had to go through to get these papers. Man, you ain't have to go through nothing. You just gonna let Chat GPT do your test.
Let's talk about let's talk about this uh elimination
Yeah,
with Will and Naim.
right. So,
Dude said, Will,
mhm,
you put me up against Will?
right. But I mean, you know, if you're a bunch of if I'm looking at the crowd of the women yelling, right? They probably produced two of the right people to get on the chopping block only when we're talking about the background story, right? Nothing else. I mean, my man Naim got like 6 babies and whatever, babies' moms. I don't know,
Five.
five
He said
babies'
he had
moms.
five kids
Oh, so he's
and
he's
three um
and 3 babies' moms.
three mothers.
Okay, I thought he had 6 babies and 5 babies' mom. I was gonna say he keep a fresh baby on deck, but no, I mean, somebody coming in to a situation um with him, and especially if they don't have no kids, there's some big shoes to fill. Understanding, like, that those kids probably have a mother already, and he may be providing for his children. It's still the fact that time will be occupied and spent between 5 different kids, and you're trying to build a relationship with a woman. They probably like, yo, like, I mean, I don't want to be selfish and all because you got, I want to love your kids, but yo, they interrupted my show too. So that probably crossed some of these women's minds, right?
Mm-hmm.
And let's just be clear. Um, if you think about it across, just regular life, typically, there's a certain demographic or certain whatever that men that has a lot of kids and multiple babies moms, they're this type of person. It's like that stereotype. And so if you're feeding into that, you would produce somebody like Naim. And then Will, on the other hand, he came in like, yo, this is what it is, period.
Yeah.
You know?
Uh, I think it's a tough situation for
Hmm.
Naim, you know. I feel like there's more to the story that we haven't heard, right? Because there seems to be people that still like him, like they didn't just shut him off, right? Um, I think a situation where people know his backstory. I know he called his kids babies. I don't know if they're babies or not.
How
We
old
don't
is
know the
Naim?
ages. I don't recall hearing the ages of his children. Um, he did mention that I think there was a comment about if any of them took me seriously, I wouldn't be here, you
Mhm.
know? So I don't know if that was a good line or not.
Hmm.
Um,
So
I I just
you went behind the scenes on that one. I got you on that. Good.
but I just feel like um mm, I don't want to say this the wrong way, but this probably is not the environment for that. I don't know how um women would perceive that looking at another woman that is willingly choosing, not choosing, but kind of competing
Mm.
to be possibly the fourth mother of his children, you know?
That's
And if
true.
it's someone that truly likes him and falls in love with him over time, I don't see any reason why that can't happen. But I feel like in this environment where you have a really short time frame to move forward with someone, I think that's gonna really, really, really hurt him. That's gonna really hurt him. I don't know. Like if it was my sister or my cousin, I would probably advise against it, but we don't know. But he's
Well,
here, he made it. He's here. Whoever is casting, knows the backstory, but again, whoever approved it approved a guy with 5 children.
yeah, you said something pretty interesting. Give me 1 second. Hold on 1 sec.
If you were casting singles, would you cast a guy with 5 children as a possibility?
If I was looking to bring dramatics and stuff like that, hell yeah. But I mean, I would say, this guy may not be a good candidate, but let's see what happens. Let him throw his
Yeah,
hat in the
yeah,
ring.
yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like this though. You said something that he said, which was if I what did he say? if they took me serious, then I wouldn't be here or whatever, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Now, um, I look at that picture. How old is he?
40, 42.
Oh, he's 42. 5 kids, 42 years old. So, I mean, there's a possibility that he may have a 20-year-old, right? Maybe if he got started at 15, 16, he could have a 23-year-old or something like that. But, if you trickle it down, there's got to be some younger kids too that he's got to spend time with. And that's the thing that makes him an ineligible bachelor, right? To a lot of women. I'm not saying that, he has to be painted with that brush, but most women, if they're looking at him for something serious, they're like, nah, you got them kids. You're gonna probably want me to, do something, and I don't feel like doing that. Or, you know, then he may be able to get into a blended family, but then we talking about 8 kids, 9 kids, 10 kids, whatever. That's like a lot of shoes to fill. You got to work hard, and so that can be intimidating for women in itself.
Yeah.
Um, I just feel like they probably brought him on and said, what, let's see what he brings.
Yeah, I could see that too. I could see them
Yeah,
being like, "Hey, someone's gonna be attracted to you. Hey, for you, if you get out of this, then you deserve everything you get, brother." You know what I
right,
mean?
right,
So let's
right.
see what you got.
hmm That's true.
All right. Let's move on to the next elimination. And no, they did not have any of the ladies. They did not have any frames of any of the ladies side by side uh for the elimination. I thought I grabbed it, but I didn't grab it. But basically, um, we were down to the last elimination, and that was between Sahara and True. What do you think about that?
Wait. Say that again. I'm sorry,
So
because
it was the ladies elimination came down to
mhm.
Sahara and True. I'm just trying to, what you think about that?
Yeah. So I think those were also good calls because the guys were not. Um, it wasn't really feeling Sahara. Is that her name? That's the one with the braids, right? The home health
Yeah,
aide.
yeah,
Yeah, they was
yeah,
feeling her on a friendliest vibe, right?
yeah.
And probably just because she was a little bit, you know, too much personality for them. And
Mhm.
most men want their women to be kind of chill at
Yeah,
first, at least when you meet them. You know
yeah,
what I mean? And so I can see them. I can see why they produced her. Um, and then the other girl, she had that conflict with homeboy with the braids. Jay was it? Was it
yeah.
Jay? Yeah. So I could see how they, because just her demeanor was a little bit different for them.
Mhm.
True. Yeah, that's her name. Yeah, her demeanor was a little bit different, probably different than what they were used to. If you're talking to a bunch of boss guys or guys that normally run the show, and then you have somebody that wants to run the show, you don't want them running your show, so you run them out. You feel
Mhm.
me? And that's probably
Mhm.
where they came up with those two. And I mean, it would be legit based off of what we saw anyway. I would have probably done the same thing. Although knowing what I know now, there's still a different way to look at relationships and stuff. So,
Yeah, that first night's always tough. Um,
mhm.
having to pick someone to go home, you never want to be on camera saying like, "I don't like her." I think it was Jay that was trying to find the good words to say, right? And
Right.
typically, it's not like I don't like you. It's just I just kind of like someone else better, and I think it's kind of telling because I feel like with the ladies that were left, it could be because those ladies may have already formed a connection,
Right.
you know? Um, Angie had got a number, so there's a
Right.
connection. Deona and got some really good votes, got some really good feedback from the guys. Jay and Sahara seemed like a connection. So that just left just the last two people. And then it's not like it's a knock on them. It's just I think those were one. Um, True was the only person that had something negative said about her, and then everyone else was just getting the homie vibes, and it could be because she wasn't feeling them like that. But if she wasn't afraid to express herself,
Right.
if we're talking about Sierra, because she said Eddie good looking, you know what I
That's
mean?
true. That's true.
So I think it's the guys. I don't think it's her at all. I think oh, we lost Paul. I think it's the guys, Sahara. Maybe they just um and I'm wondering what's Sahara's sign as well, you know. But I think that exterior helps may help you filter people out, but I think it may be a little bit intimidating. And instead of calling it intimidating, they just call it friendly homie vibes, you
Right.
know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's an easy way to, cop out of that situation. Yeah, she just give me homie
Yeah.
vibes because I can't handle nothing like that. You
We
know what?
did
I'm
get
gonna
some
start doing that in the real world. Like,
right.
give me homie vibes.
Sahara was like, "What?
Yeah. Like,
Me?"
how in the hell did you come up with that?
They really did not have no good frames of Sahara. But we got this
Yeah,
one though.
man.
She ready.
Yeah.
She ready.
I mean, she said, "Look, I'm looking to find my man." Okay. I'm trying to get my dude. Like, what's
All
good, man?
right. All right. For those that were put up for elimination, it's tough.
Hmm.
I noticed. Like it's tough. Um, you all have my support. Like
Hmm.
I can't imagine that feeling, you know, um, of being up there first, hearing your name called on the first night. But the odds were stacked against y'all, in my opinion. Statistically speaking, it wasn't like every other season. You're competing with less people.
Right.
So I wouldn't think too much. I would try to put it behind you. Try to push through it. It looks like Sahara. was able to do that because we did peep her in some upcoming promos. So kudos to you, Sierra. Like I said, I'm anxious. I'm anxious to see your character arc. You know,
just a quick correction. It was Sahara, not Sierra, but I know what you
but
meant.
she said Sahara. Sahara.
I know. I got you.
Sahara.
So I'll tell you this. Speaking of somebody who's been on a chopping block before, I could tell you guys, I mean, for me, I was pissed off because I knew that I wasn't supposed to be on that stage, right? And I mean, and when I say I wasn't
everybody
supposed
feel
to,
that way.
but the real thing is that they put me on there because they didn't want to put somebody else on there. Even though I knew that I wasn't going to be off, I had to go up there. So looking at it from that lens and how I felt when I was on the chopping block, and I was there in proxy of somebody else, that was one thing, right? But then the other side of this is being there, is almost a humiliating experience because it's like, damn, you saying that I'm not even that dude. I walked out of the house this morning. I felt good about myself. Now today, I just don't feel. I don't feel so good.
Yeah, I had an idea.
So
But yeah.
when they tell you that, okay, and then you got to go back into that situation.
Mm-hmm.
You like, damn, how am I supposed to carry myself now?
Mm-hmm.
And what's next? Like, no, Corey wasn't on my season.
Yeah, Corey's with me on the DC season.
Yeah, but yeah, you have to now get back out there after they told you, like, we done told your ass you ain't good enough to be here. Now you back out here, and then you like, all I can do is be me. And I can't I can't go with the fakeness. So if this product right here ain't the one that you wanted to buy, then you might as well go purchase that bullshit from the other store. But this is what you're gonna get over here. And so these women are probably questioning themselves like, what about me doesn't make me feel good or look good to these guys? And then they probably take it a step further and they go and start looking at the other women in the cast, and they're like, well, why am I not like this one? This one doesn't do this, or this one don't even have that, and blah 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 blah. That type of stuff. So
I would just look at it like two people gonna get voted off. You know what I mean?
Right.
Two people's gonna get the vote. I don't think it's anything about y'all personally. You know what I mean? It's not like they had weeks and weeks and weeks to discover who you are, and it was like, nah. You know what I mean? They were just there, for a short amount of time. So, hopefully they get to move past it, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
What
I mean,
are your thoughts on next week?
So next week, I think we're gonna get probably a little bit more explosiveness, right? We're gonna see a little bit more beefs. I feel like the new cast is gonna have, or no, not the new cast, but the other cast from the mixer, the second mixer, they're probably gonna bring a little bit more fire. It looks like they brought more attractive people out on that second half.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that the people on the first half is trash. But what I'm saying is they brought more attractive, in other words, additional.
Yeah, I feel like who was we don't know his name yet, but the dude that was doing the painting with the shirt off.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
he was a firefighter too, right? I think.
But I feel like with him being on the second episode, it's gonna make people want to come back to see what he's all about.
Yeah.
Because he has some good promos.
Yeah. The thing is, this is what scares me about this, because I know they did the Detroit season as well, right? And I know that they're locked in, and they have at least these last two, but I do fear that if these particular last seasons don't go well. This is going to probably be the tombstone seasons that we're watching right now. So I'm hoping that, you know, these are better than, ever in terms of production. And I feel like, if they're not focusing more on relationships over the drama, now we naturally get drama when we bring people around that don't like each other, right? But I feel like if they're not focusing in on the relationships and all of that stuff, this is going to be another trash season. And I hate to say that because it's happening in my state,
It's season 10, man. Do you really think they want relationships or you think they want entertainment?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Do they want their tombstone or do they want life support?
I am anxious to see how the people move
Hmm.
once they see the next set of cast
Right.
mates.
Yeah, for
So,
sure.
like, if you already told someone on day one that you feeling them, they gonna know if you said it to get a vote or if you really feeling them, especially if it's some lookers in this next group.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty amazing. You're absolutely right. And that's because, the all of this dating piss that's in DC right now, swimming in poop and pee. they
Yeah.
them people they need a respirator in that dating pool. So that's
Yeah.
why you see people locking in like that in the DMV area for sure.
All right. What we
Um,
gotta go ahead. Go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say my final thoughts on that last on next week is that I feel like they're going to either isolate Naim furthermore, right,
Hmm.
and expose kind of the fact that he's um, they're going to use his past against him, and
Hmm.
I feel like the other homeboy that was um, on with him is going to find somebody that he's going to lock in with during that mixer or that brunch or whatever.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Mhm.
What advice you got for the cast?
I would say, well, a couple of things. One, understand that this is entertainment. Understand that, expect what you're not and what you're never going to expect because, we understand you watch it along with us. Like we watch it with you at the same time. And what you said, we know may not be what you really said, but don't take it personal. And when people start trashing you, if you can't laugh at them when they trashing you online, don't even rock with it. Don't get into it. Don't let them people get into your head. This is something that you were able to do, and out of all of these other Americans that was either scared to go on or whatever, you were able to do this. And and at the end of the day, this is something you can look back on and say, yo, I did something different, I did something special, and and learn from everything that you see, whether it be, you know, the relationships that you had, or how you want to move forward, or the editing, and kind of the what you not need not to do next time, if there is a next time. Just learn from it, and chop it up and call it your history and use it to make you better.
Yeah, exactly. So I would say what's already happened, happened. You know what I mean? It happened weeks ago. And we're just seeing it right now. I'm thinking whatever approach you took to do the show, that you learned something from it and you use it to make yourself better, make yourself, a better person or more money or what have you. Definitely use it to enhance, something good about yourself. You did mention not to take it seriously. Um, it's like golfing, man. Like you're not going to be a pro golfer, right? So you're not going to be a pro uh, reality TV dater, you know. So uh, try your best to enjoy it. Learn to laugh at yourself. Um, own up to it, and try to have some growth, man. That's one of the things that I always enjoy seeing out of castmates is the growth, from the journey. It's gonna be with you forever. You know what I mean? And you're gonna get all the questions and the comments and the explain and try not. You don't have to explain yourself um, to everybody. You know what I mean? So just enjoy the ride. Enjoy the moment. You were on reality TV. You were one of 10 men or 10 women in your city to do it. And I also applaud you for being willing to let the world see you. You know? Oh, what up, Jay? How we doing? We about to
Another
wrap up now.
round.
We about to wrap up.
Another
We about to wrap
round.
up. So we actually about to close out. Um, if y'all haven't already yet, make sure you all go and find the cast. Support the cast. We wish nothing but the best for the cast. You all are family now.
Yep.
So I love to chit chat with y'all, have a drink with y'all, hear some stories about what the process was like for you. And you got any closing words? Those. That's all I got.
I'll say this, man. Welcome to the this long-lasting fraternity and sorority. You know, there's nothing like this. You know, if you ever come out to DC or you go to Miami or you go to Houston or whatever, you got family there that you can reach out to that's gonna take care of you. Like,
Awesome.
we definitely rock with each other, and we support and uplift each other. So yeah, this is something that is branded in you now. Like there's no way you can give this back. Like it happened. So just enjoy it. And like I said, know you got an extension of your bloodline out here.
Yeah, for sure. You got any projects coming up?
Me, so I don't have any more projects. My projects is always ongoing. The one that I'm working on, obviously, is P Taylor Lux, P Taylor clothing, P Taylor wallets, shoes, hats, belts, sunglasses, everything you can get, from a designer. I have, and if you guys, I know this is such a shameless plug, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
Do it.
Go to
Do it.
the go to the www.ptaylorlux.com, and right now, we celebrate Black History Month, but we don't celebrate Black excellence, not just for 1 month, but we do it every day of the year. And for those reasons, I am able to offer everybody that goes there and uses code Go Black $45 on anything you buy, whatever it is. So I have stuff up there for $100, $200, whatever. It's $45 for everything. Use the code, rock with your boy, support your Black businesses, because if you don't, then we won't exist. We got more to buy, most of the buying power, or I'm sorry, we control the buying power in this country. I understand, that there's other things you could do with your money, but every once in a while, if you ain't spending it with me, spend it with somebody that's representation of who we are. Okay. Thank you, LaShawna Curtis.
Yes, definitely get on that. P. Taylor Lux, Paul Center brother,
Oh yeah.
5 different colors.
Yes,
If you
sir.
look on my Instagram, you see me rocking that red. I
Yes,
rock
sir.
the black. I'm saving the yellow and the blue.
Uh-huh.
But the material in the shirts make me feel all strong, healthy, and stuff. You know what I mean? That material's right, bro.
I told you, man. Yeah, I said it. Like
Uh-huh.
when we did this, I act it's
Mhm.
www.ptaylorluxe.com. But when I was sourcing these fabrics and stuff, of course, I said, oh, let me see what's going on in China, and that didn't work. I didn't like the fabrics there, and I went to Pakistan, and then I went to Milan, and And that's where we got the fabrics from Milan. And those, I mean, you know, the quality speaks for itself. I ain't gonna hold you. I got to
Yeah,
try it out,
yeah,
and
yeah,
you
yeah,
know what it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I really don't have much. You might have missed it earlier today, but this was my very first time on screen since losing my mom. I started that caretaker journey back in September of 2022. And I dropped everything, lived in 2 different cities to support my mom, was able to see, uh, a different side and learn a lot about her, learn a lot about myself. And that journey was simply amazing. So with that being said, I am going to start doing the My Mental Health Journey talks on Wednesdays. So catch me next Wednesday, and I'm going to tell my story. The very first video was me telling my story of the mental health journey. So next week, I'm going to tell the story of the caretaker journey and living that caretaker life and what it has meant to me. So, yeah, with that being said, thank you all so much for the condolences and being here with us tonight. This is night 1. We have some things planned. I'm gonna get on some people. You know what I mean? But PO showed up, you know how we do. And I'll see you all next week.
No doubt. Thanks, everybody.